This is PSN Newsrun, streaming exclusively on YouTube.
Our top stories for today: Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan granted bail on self-recognition, and Iran issues US ultimatum. We begin with the controversial case of Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. An Abuja court has granted Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan bail on self-recognition in a cybercrime case. Joycelyn files in this report.
Suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, who represents Kogi Central, is currently facing a 6-count charge of cybercrime before the Federal High Court in Abuja. But how did she get here? It all started during the intense political climate surrounding the 2023 Kogi governorship election. Akpoti-Uduaghan, a key opposition figure and vocal critic of the then ruling party in the state, accused former Governor Yahaya Bello of orchestrating violence and political suppression during the polls. She took it a step further in 2024, alleging that Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Yahaya Bello held a meeting where they discussed plans to eliminate her. According to a charge filed by the federal government, she allegedly claimed Akpabio told Bello to ensure the killing happens in Kogi so it looks like the people did it. She repeated the allegation publicly on Channels TV, accusing both men of plotting her assassination. The government is now prosecuting her under Section 24(2)(c) of the Cybercrimes Act, which criminalizes the spread of false information with intent to harm reputations or incite public unrest. Prosecutors argue that her statements, widely shared online, were knowingly false and could disrupt public order. On Monday, Akpoti-Uduaghan pleaded not guilty to all charges. Her legal team, led by Professor Roland Otaru San, requested bail on self-recognition, citing her status as a senator and a senior member of the legal profession. With no opposition from the prosecution, the court granted the request. Justice Muhammad Umar adjourned the case to September 22nd for the start of the trial. Joycelyn Ella Keche Ada, PS News.
Meanwhile, the power sector gets a boost as Nigeria's power grid gets a 120 megawatt expansion. This is as TCN upgrades Birnin Kebbi station, offering relief in the northwest but highlighting deeper energy gaps nationwide. Tessa Phillips powers us up on this report.
Nigeria's electricity grid just got a notable upgrade. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has commissioned 2 new power transformers at the Birnin Kebbi transmission substation, injecting an additional 120 megawatts into the national grid. With this upgrade, the substation's capacity has jumped from 300 to 450 MVA, allowing the Kaduna Electricity Distribution Company to supply more power to Kebbi, Sokoto, and surrounding areas. For residents and businesses in the northwest, this could mean fewer power cuts and more stable electricity. TCN says this move is part of a broader effort to modernize the country's power transmission network. Dozens of similar upgrades are ongoing nationwide to improve grid reliability and reduce the infamous transmission bottlenecks that have plagued the sector for years. But here's the bigger picture. Nigeria still generates only about 5,000 megawatts of electricity, far below its actual demand, which experts estimate is over 20,000 megawatts. And even that 5,000 megawatts often doesn't reach end users due to power transmission and distribution infrastructure. The new 120 megawatts is a welcome addition, but on its own, it won't solve Nigeria's chronic power shortages. However, It is part of TCN's roadmap to hit 10,000 megawatt transmission capacity in the near future, a step toward meeting long-term industrial and household demand. For now, this development offers some relief in a region familiar with frequent blackouts. The real challenge remains scaling up both generation and delivery to match the energy needs of Africa's most populous nation. I am Tessa Phillips, and this is PS News.
And in politics, the Nigerian Police FCT Command has denied sealing PDP headquarters amid heavy security presence. Let's hear Emanuela Okechukwu on this report.
The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has denied claims that it sealed off the national headquarters of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Abuja. This follows widespread reports on Monday morning that armed police officers had taken over Wadata Plaza, the party's secretariat. According to the police spokesperson, SP Josephine Ade, the presence of officers were purely to maintain law and order and ensure public safety. She described the reports as false, misleading, and not reflective of the true situation on ground. Ade urged media outlets to verify sensitive security information through the Office of the Police Public Relations Officer before publishing. The clarification comes after party officials, governors, and elders arriving in Abuja for three major meetings: the National Executive Committee (NEC), Board of Trustees (BOT), and the caucus meeting, found all access to the secretariat blocked. Officers reportedly turned vehicles away and restricted entry of even staff members. A Board of Trustees member who spoke anonymously said he had contacted the party's national chairman and other officials, none of whom admitted to requesting security deployment. He suggested that loyalists of FCT Minister Nyesom Wike may be behind the move, allegedly trying to prevent disciplinary actions against certain individuals within the party. While tensions remain high, the police maintain that their actions were constitutional and not politically motivated. Ella Okechukwu, PS News.
On the international scene, Iran issues ultimatum: no talks with the US unless airstrikes stop, as nuclear tensions and diplomacy stall. Here's Joycelyn with the full details.
Tensions between Iran and the United States have escalated dramatically following a new ultimatum from Tehran. There will be no return to diplomatic talks unless Washington halts all airstrikes on Iranian territory. This follows a series of recent U.S. airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear sites at Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. The U.S. claims the strikes were necessary to degrade Iran's nuclear capabilities. However, Iranian officials maintain that the damage is manageable and that they won't be forced into negotiations under military pressure. Iran's deputy foreign minister stated emphatically dialogue can't happen while bombs are falling. The country is demanding a firm U.S. commitment to end hostilities as a precondition for any resumption of talks. While the Trump administration says it remains open to dialogue, Iran is standing firm. European diplomats have been quietly working to mediate the situation, but the latest developments have effectively put diplomacy on hold. Iran's foreign minister has also made Tehran's position clear. This is not the time for diplomacy. With both sides refusing to back down, analysts warn that the window for peaceful negotiation is rapidly closing. Unless the U.S. steps back from its military campaign, Iran is unlikely to return to the table anytime soon, leaving the international community on edge as the crisis deepens. Joycelyn Ella Keche Ada, PS News.
And on sports, Gyokeres eyes Premier League move as Arsenal circle, while Kwara United ends 28-year wait with historic Federation Cup win. Sam is on the sport desk.
Swedish forward Victor Gyokeres is reportedly considering skipping a return to Sporting Lisbon in an attempt to force a move to the Premier League. Arsenal and Manchester United are both tracking the prolific striker who scored 68 goals in 66 league matches and added 11 more in European competitions. Sporting CP President Federico Varandas has confirmed Gyokeres could leave this summer, but not cheaply. He won't leave for 60 million euros plus 10 million euros. He just won't, Varandas said, making it clear any deal will require a significant fee. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta sees Gyokeres as a crucial piece in ending the club's recent run of near misses in the Premier League and boosting their Champions League ambitions. In local football, Kwara United have made history by winning the 2025 Federation Cup, their first trophy in 28 years. After a goalless draw, they edged Abakaliki FC 4-3 in a penalty shootout. The victory not only earns them 50 million naira, but also secures a spot in next season CAF Confederation Cup. Runners-up Abakaliki FC will receive 20 million naira. This is Samuel Akpan, PS News.
You just watched PSN Newsrun, streaming exclusively on YouTube. This is your trusted voice for news that matters. Subscribe, like, share, and stay informed.